Alrighty, everybody, what's up? Thank you all very much for tuning in. For those of you tuning in live, we are back at it again on Twitch and YouTube at this moment in time. This is the World of Warcraft expansion reveal. This is the full 1 hour plus World of Warcraft expansion reveal. Earlier in this live stream, we went over for a very, very long time basically everything that was stated in this. So if you guys want to see the non-video version and a non-video overview, go ahead and check that out. But I'm just going to be live reacting to the World of Warcraft expansion reveal. And I'm going to pause it if I do see the need to do so to go ahead and embrace my opinion on something. But I'm going to try not to do that too much because I know that can get kind of annoying. Me pausing a video every freaking 2 minutes. I'll turn an hour video into like a 5-hour video. Hell, even more. So we're going to go ahead and watch. As you can see, I'm already 10 minutes into the video. There was a 10-minute start counter, so that's why. So this seems to be just over an hour long video for the World of Warcraft expansion reveal. So I'm going to be muting my mic and bringing it back whenever I need to speak. Pause the video, but let's go ahead and watch this together. I miss BlizzCon. I've only been once. But I did like all the years where I was able to experience it from the virtual ticket. But, I don't know. Conventions, man. They're kind of like non-existent at the moment. They're slowly coming back, but I miss BlizzCon. It's probably the best, in my opinion, the best convention, mainly because I enjoy everything Blizzard related, but definitely the way they run the Blizzard convention is just absolutely amazing.
For Azeroth!
What are we to see?
Hi everyone, I'm John Haidt, General Manager.
Well, first things first, the freaking production of this reveal looks fantastic. I love the, oh, if that's real, if that's not a green screen, because it looks kind of green screeny to me, I'm not gonna lie. I would love a freaking summoning stone like that in my room. I would freaking, whoo! I would love to put a summoning stone like that and like make like a little World of Warcraft themed corner of like little knickknacks. But I kind of have one to my left. You guys still get to see it. But yeah, that would be freaking sick.
For Warcraft, and with me today are my friends Ian Hazakostas, who is the Game Director for World of Warcraft.
Yes, I know World of Warcraft has sucked for the past couple of expansions, but stop hating on Hazakostas. Hazakostas is my boy. Makes a freaking banger game.
And Holly Longdale, who leads up the production team for WoW Classic. I really appreciate you tuning in. I know we're really excited to be able to give you updates on what's happening in World of Warcraft. But first, I want to thank our community for all the feedback you've given us this year, and especially our community council. You've helped shape and influence the updates that we've done recently and what you're going to see in the upcoming year.
I mean, really, for Shadowlands in particular, the story of the last 9 months or so of this expansion is all about the community, and it's shaped by what we've been hearing from them, and us realizing as a team that we just collectively needed to do a better job of making sure the community felt heard, and so that led us to the changes we made in 9.1.5, but also really re-examining some of the assumptions and foundations of World of Warcraft about things like character investment and mains versus alts, or how catch-up should work, or the appropriate role of friction in our systems. And I think 9.1.5 represented a step in the direction of letting players have more freedom to play World of Warcraft the way they want to play it.
I agree. But I quit when 9.1 lasted for fucking 20 years. And I was like, okay, 9.1.5 is getting released. What is going to be in this patch? Nothing. At all. But I do understand Blizzard Entertainment was going through an absolute freaking terrible freaking time. Still doesn't give them the right to have such a shitty expansion. The expansion could have been great, but just like WoD, it just wasn't it. Just wasn't it, Chief. Just wasn't it, my guys. But patch 9.0, cool. New expansion, great. Loving it. Patch 9.1, okay, cool. Did take a while to get released, but okay. Nothing's getting released fucking now. 9.1.5 comes out, there's nothing new. So fuck it. I'm still booking out and not playing World of Warcraft. Patch 9.2 gets released, that's when I came back. But I understand what Ian's saying. Bringing back the community, which they kind of started doing. They started doing some little videos, bringing back the Q&As and all that type of stuff. So they started great. Coming back. I love it. There's just no content to come back for 9.1.5. But you guys were like trying to bring the community in. So it was like a very minor community intro patch. That's what that was. But let's not waste any more time, team.
And we really built our Eternity's End content update from the ground up around those principles.
What are some of the things that the community said that influenced your decisions for Eternity's End?
Things like the method and pacing of acquisition of the Covenant Legendary item, tons of tuning, and I think every step of the way, we were listening to make sure that we were carrying forward those lessons.
I like the pace of Zereth Mortis. It's not as fucking long as Cortheus' dumbass Codex shit was. And Zereth Mortis rep grind so far seems very simple and easy to do. Loving it. I'm not joking. I'm being honest with you guys. I like Zereth Mortis. Some of the world quests suck. But the zone's cool.
Learned in the course of 9.1.5 into Eternity's End and beyond.
So WoW Classic was really
Okay, I'm joking. I'm not pausing it.
about because of the community.
Yeah, they continue to help guide and support us as Classic evolves.
World of Warcraft has always been about the world and the players that inhabit it. And we are, in a lot of ways, curators and caretakers of that journey and of that experience. And so once this Classic community formed and grew, we had to listen to them.
It's this tide of listening to the community and paying attention to what is a good experience for our players now. And where we really saw a sea change in this idea is with our Season of Mastery realm, which is a Season of Fresh Start Classic. And initially we were talking about it like it was going to be like a fresh start. Let's try this experiment in a season. It'll be about a year long. And then when the community found out about it, we started seeing this upswell.
Yeah, the team just took that idea and ran with it and turned, what started out as a small community project into this Soul of Iron system that became a centerpiece of Season of Mastery and a whole new opt-in hardcore mode that we've seen communities built around. Lots of, thrilling victory and painful defeat.
5 hours. I made it 5 hours.
Yeah, and it continues. Like Burning Crusade Classic, we wanted to balance the Paladin seals between Horde and Alliance, so we made an addition there. We wouldn't have gotten there without the community's input.
So, influence the community. You've got another update and pretty significant controversial change for this.
Yeah, cross-faction play coming in 9.2.5, which is on our public test realm now as a big centerpiece.
I forgot about that. That's got nothing to do with the fucking release of this whole expansion. This is coming in Shadowlands. So, from what I know, the factions are still going to be separated, but to do major things, we will be able to utilize Horde and Alliance, High Alliance, and Horde. And I think nowadays, it has to happen now. It's something that has to happen. We don't want it to happen, but it has to. It's better for the game's future, simply said.
Cross-faction. You're breaking with a 17-year tradition.
Yeah, it was not an easily made decision by any means, and I think this is another one of those areas where really we try to take to heart community feedback and requests and ask ourselves as a team whether there's a way to accommodate such an earnestly held desire and still feel like we're being true to the roots of the game. I think players desire to play with their friends who might prefer a different faction, or to play with the faction that they more closely identify with, even though their raid group is elsewhere.
It's really important for me. I play a lot of alts, and I love absorbing the story for each race, and having that ability to play with all of my friends across factions is fantastic.
At the end of the day, the battle cry is for the Horde. It's not against the Alliance. It's not death to the Alliance. It's about...
Oh, it's fuck the Alliance. That's the cry that I have every day. I'm over here, war mode toggled on because there's no freaking Alliance that exists on my server and my cross realms and all that shit. But no, those bitches come in swarms of freaking 5+ just to kill little old me doing a daily. Oh, but guess what? You do it once and it's on. There's no for the Horde in my cry. It's fuck the Alliance. You all done? I don't care if you're level 10. I'm coming in, I'm finding you, and I'm gonna just auto attack you. But yeah, you get the picture. You're fucking done.
About pride in one's faction. And I think there's a way to preserve that and even strengthen that while giving players the ability to make the same choice we've seen the greatest heroes make time and time again.
I can't wait to do this. I'm seeing a lot of my friends that I never knew had a max level character in the other faction suddenly come out of the woodwork.
And then, with these cross-faction groups, many of them are going to be diving into something new that we're doing to kind of cap off Shadowlands, a Season 4. Kind of a remix, a bit of a greatest hits, revisiting all of our raid zones across the expansion, bringing in some familiar older favorites into the Mythic Plus rotation. And we recognize this is kind of a closing chapter, a little bit of a send-off to Shadowlands. As everyone gets ready for what happens next, what will come next, want to give a fun new challenge for everyone to sink their teeth into.
Really cool stuff for modern WoW players. I'm super excited about the gear upgrades that you're going to give me and the chance to go back and play some of those awesome raids.
There's a lot to explore. Very exciting.
For our next adventure in World of Warcraft, we're going to go back to Azeroth. We're going to a space with high fantasy. I mean, our fans of Azeroth for a long time. This has been...
I see what he did there. High fantasy. Ha!
kind of the foundation of much of the lore of WoW. So without further ado, let's watch the cinematic.
This is my first time watching it. Let's go!
The world has been sundered. It cries out in pain. We must go to its aid. We entrust our ancestral home to you, the Watchers. Let the land slumber, hidden even from our own eyes.
Some Greek god type shit going on.
You will feel our return in the waking of the land. Then you must light the beacon of Tearhold, lest the path home be lost to us forever.
The sound quality in this cinematic bangs. Or it's my headphones. Look how beautiful this is for a video game, man. Blizzard Entertainment, World of Warcraft, you're doing me in every time you make a cinematic. It's you top yourself every time. I love this. Oh, my dude's about to crumble. Please don't crumble, my guy. No. No, don't do me like this. Yeah, there we go. This is absolutely beautiful. The cinematic, man. Imagine if the game looked like this, though.
The world is healing. But her fate is yet uncertain.
The colors are so... What the hell? It's stunning.
We shall be Azeroth's protectors once again. Here, the new age of dragons shall begin.
Dragons!
Dragons.
This is so cool.
No one saw it coming.
No one saw it coming. Carefully kept secret. But seriously, I mean, what did we just see there?
The awakening of the Dragon Isles, the return of dragons, the dawn of a new age. Right, we've seen Rathian searching for his father's legacy, searching for the Dragon Isles. There's a reason why he hasn't been able to find them until now.
The beacon going off, is that summoning the dragons?
It is removing the concealment that had hidden the Dragon Isles from the world, but also beckoning the dragons back urgently in a time of need.
I assume pretty good variety of locales within the Dragon Isles?
Yes, the Dragon Isles, as kind of standard for WoW expansion, consist of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new starter zone that we'll get to in a second.
Can you talk a little bit about how the team found ways to thread the dragon aspects throughout the environments?
The Dragon Isles are a place that is lush and primal, bursting with elemental energy. As Azeroth herself reawakens, those primal forces are expressed throughout the environment, whether it's magma activity, volcanic activity, whether it's the icy wastes of the...
What I love is the people that create and work on Blizzard Entertainment Gaming. It's not just World of Warcraft, is when they speak about the game, they're not just selling the game to you, they're expressing their emotions in a way that they love the game. They love what they've done to the game. They love what they're doing to the game. They're trying their best to make the game an amazing product for us to play. And you can tell whenever Ian speaks, that's what he tries to do. Yes, they make the wrong choices sometimes. They make the wrong choices a lot of the times lately in the past couple of expansions. In my opinion, I will be honest with you, Mr. Pandaria was the last good expansion. But there's always good things to pick and choose. Like Warlords of Draenor had some cool things. It had the freaking objectives, and the questing in Warlords of Draenor was phenomenal. Legion. The overall story in Legion was kind of a remake, but it was overall great. Shadowlands and Battle for Azeroth had great qualities of gameplay as well. So there's always good things to pick, and everybody always sees the major key negative and just focuses all of it on the hate. And it's just too much sometimes to where... Think of the positives, because there's probably more positives than there are negatives. It's just that people see the negative and they're like, oh my gosh, that is terrible and made the expansion so bad. But I do agree, the past few expansions haven't been great. Miss Pandaria was definitely the last greatest expansion. My favorite two, of course, being Wrath of Lich King being number 1, and Mr. Pandaria number 2, Cataclysm number 3. Burning Crusade 4 and Classic 5, and then the rest are just down there. But overall, you just gotta love the people that make the game.
Azure span, and each one of those has a connection to a Dragonflight that we've seen before. And it's gonna be an amazing place for players to arrive at and explore.
All right, you know I'm going to ask.
Yes, okay, so
Can I be a dragon?
let's start getting into some features here and what Dragonflight means for you, as well as just a place. So first off, yes, we have an all-new playable race, the Drakthir race.
Yeah.
This is a Draconid Dracon.
So I said some negative things about this before. Seeing it in game, rather than seeing it as a picture, a lot different. And I do like I said the picture, in the pictures I love the form of the dragon portion of the Draconic, but the humanoid forms don't really enjoy too much. Let's see if it changes in this.
Iconic race, but dragons in Warcraft have the ability to take on a humanoid form.
What classes can they be?
They have unique abilities as literally a dragon. That doesn't quite fit any of our existing classes. And so what we're doing is, this is not just a new race, but it's also a new class. You know, adding a new race to World of Warcraft, and not just an allied race, is something that we don't do lightly. But telling this expansion, this story, so focused around dragons, felt like the perfect time for it. So if you are a Drakthir, you will be the Evoker class. Drakthir can only be Evokers, Evokers can only be Drakthir. And the reason why only a Drakthir could be an Evoker is that an Evoker is really combining the ability to call upon the magic of the different aspects with the unique physical gifts that a Drakthir has. The ability to actually take flight and do an Onyxia-style strafing deep breath over the battlefield, land on the other side, knock everyone back with a wing buffet, and then unleash your magical abilities.
Yes, please.
The Evoker has 2 specializations. They're a hybrid of either ranged DPS or healer.
So based off of what you can see here, they have, again, he's already just said, they have 2 specs. So the range DPS is more of a mid-range DPS. So it's not as far as a normal range DPS, and it's not as close as melee DPS. It's a little bit of a mid-range. So it's kind of a unique take on the DPS specs in regards to this brand new class race combo. The one thing I've noticed is definitely red for the DPS portion, which is the Devastation spec. Red Dragonflight and Blue Dragonflight abilities will be taking place for the Devastation spec, and then for the support / healing spec, most likely going to be healing abilities from the Green Dragonflight, as well as the Bronze time warping abilities. So that's kind of cool, utilizing all of the dragon aspects besides the black for right now, in this new race / class combo. So very cool. I haven't seen the humanoid forms in video form yet, so
And they wear
let me
male
see
armor. We figured, you know, with the new hero classes we've added over the years, we have enough melee. We don't need more of those, and also probably don't need any more leather wearers.
The raid leaders are going to love you for that.
Exactly. This is definitely a hero class, and so that means that, you know, like the Death Knights before them or Demon Hunters, they will be starting level 58, and then they're going to have a new starter zone. So they're going to have a slightly different journey into the Dragon Isles as opposed to the rest of us that are sailing there from other parts of Azeroth.
Can you talk a little bit about the customizations? Like what is going to be able to identify my Dracthyr character?
Basically anything and everything. You know, skin color, hair color, jewelry, tattoos, other adornments.
All right, there it is. I definitely take back what I said. So we had a couple of pictures that we could have seen for the humanoid forms, but now we're seeing so many in this expansion reveal video form. I wanted it to be a little bit more humanoid from what I was seeing in the two pictures that they gave us to look from. This is definitely a lot better than what I saw, and great job. Very customizable it looks like, which is very, very cool. I feel that they're gonna go all out, and as you can see, the humanoid in front and center, and you get the dragonoid in the back, the draconic. Oof, it looks like you get the hair colors too. This is definitely gonna be fun to mess around with.
You can make this character the expression of your identity in Azeroth.
New zone, new class,
Yep.
new race. Well, tell us about some of the system updates or features.
So, of course, the new expansion brings with it, new systems, new features. I think in recent expansions, one of the things we've tended to do is really have these deep features that were closely tied to a specific expansion that would then get left behind as we moved on. Mm-hmm. And we've heard loud and clear from players that, it's kind of a bummer to start off every new expansion by leaving a large part of your character behind, by leaving a large part of your progression behind. So this time around, what we're doing is really pouring all of our energy into permanent revamps, overhauls, and improvements to World of Warcraft's core systems. Things like our progression systems, in this case, our talent system is something that we want to completely revamp. We want to take a look at our UI. We want to take a look at professions.
So with the talent revamp and the arrival of Classic, did you learn anything about how our talents work?
I think seeing a new generation of players play with those talents and work through those talent trees really underscored some of the things that, frankly, we lost when we shifted to the Mists of Pandaria style talents and beyond. A big piece of that was just the granularity, the feeling of getting a level and spending a point to customize your character to make yourself a bit better in some specific way. But also, that sense of hybridity that you could have. That's something that we've largely lost. And so the new talent system
So as you can see, we have two different talent trees. One's for the actual class and the other one's for the spec. So we were able to utilize a mixture of talent trees to be able to basically choose this on this table that you can see here, the druid that we actually want to see fit and play as a person, not as a spec. Nowadays, you get the straight up cookie cutter builds where people, like, let's say I made a warlock guide, for example. If I didn't pick, for example, 1-1-2, 1-1-2, if I did not go in that order from top to bottom, I am getting my videos getting disliked, hate comments, bam bam, bada boom boom. Why? Because everybody has to play the same spec, because everybody thinks that's the meta and everybody thinks that's the best thing. Yes, in most case situations right now in live World of Warcraft, that is usually the case. However, the spec that I currently play, I bet you I will beat you in a DPS race. If you put us at the same exact item level, I bet you I will beat you in a PvP and a PvE situation. Not everybody, but most people. I'm just basically stating I like to play the way I play. So this, bringing back these old talent trees, gives people a little bit more freedom to go ahead and choose what they want. Yes, there was still guides out there where everybody had the exact same talent tree, but this is a little bit more flexible to go ahead and give people a little bit more freedom to choose what they want. But again, of course, it's still probably going to see people copying and pasting other people's talents, but overall cool. And what I'm seeing on the bottom left is you're able to fucking save shit. Let's fucking go, boys. You're able to save setup. So remember dual spec when that came out, and nowadays we got just the specs. You could just go ahead and whatever you're working on in Destro, whatever you're working on in Demo, you just switch and flip flop. But this, I might be able to make like 3 demonology specs. One for PvP arenas, one for PvP battlegrounds, and one for PvE raids, one for PvE mythic dungeons. I might be able to make so many specs in just Demo alone where I could just flip flop through that setup. That is what I've been looking for so long.
Avoids directly pitting player power throughput choices directly against those sort of utility hybrid choices, because we know that there's always a right outcome there. And we also understand that, you know, there's a lot of strength in the flexibility of the modern talent system to let players customize their talents for a particular encounter or for dungeons versus PvP, and we don't want to lose any of that.
So John, UI?
Oh my God. Yes, I got this 30-inch monitor trying to keep track of where I am on the map, all my buffs, and oh, over here, what's going on in chat. It has literally made my eyes go like this. So,
And you're not alone in that. We've made a lot of incremental changes and additions over the years, but really this is a revamp, this is an overhaul. And so we're excited to really modernize the look and feel while staying true to the origins of World of Warcraft. You know, at the same time, we're not looking to take away the sort of power user customization there. Add-ons are still there if you want them, but we want a much better default out-of-the-box experience for all players, new and old alike.
and can I reduce elements, remove elements if I want to explore the world and
That looks crisp. That's crispy freaking clean, boys. Let's freaking go.
see the beauty?
That looks better. So you can, okay. Oh, I cannot wait. So you're going to be able to move everything. Look how much more you get to, what they're bringing out in this user interface is the beauty of the game. We now get to see the actual game in our glorified screen's entirety. The user interface on the bottom right is now transparent. It's not just set in stone solid. It's got a transparent vibe, similar to how chat does nowadays. And as you can see, chat on the bottom left is pretty similar, but cleaned up a little bit. And then the user interface itself is just so freaking crispy clean. And I love the way the map looks down there. But I'd probably still keep it on the top right if I'm going to be honest with you. But overall, this looks absolutely stunning. I've tried to use add-ons in the past for my user interface. One, too complicated for me sometimes and too much work. Two, the add-ons break and then you're absolutely screwed. And then three, I've just been used to the standard Blizzard user interface and I love it. But this is fantastic.
Beauty of Azeroth.
When it comes to specific elements, as much as possible, we want to let players choose what to show and what to hide so that they can control it themselves.
You mentioned professions. I have a critical question about this.
Go on.
Can I wear a chef's hat?
Yeah, I knew it.
Our approach to professions in Dragonflight is really all about delivering on fantasy and identity as a crafter. And so if you want to be a serious blacksmith, if you want to be a great leather worker, we want to deliver the ability to invest time and energy into that, become a master crafter, be able to make items that are in demand, interact with the community. One of the big pieces that we want to do to support that is a new work order system to have a bit more convenience than just spamming trade chat all day. But if you are someone, you're not yourself a blacksmith, but you have a bunch of mats and you want them forged into a great sword, you can put that work order up, list your mats, offer a commission, and a skilled blacksmith can come along and make you the weapon of your dreams.
I think we left out one thing though. You can be a Drakthir, go to Dragon Isles. Can I have a dragon?
What's the fantasy of dragons if not soaring over the lands?
Well, before we get into that, he was speaking about professions, so I'm going to go back a little bit so we see the interface of that profession thing he was talking about. It's here somewhere.
Energy into that. Become a master crafter. Be able to make items that are in demand, interact with the community. One of the big pieces that we want to do to support that is a new work order system to have a bit.
There we go. So this looks like the freaking auction house. Yeah, this looks exactly like the auction house. So it's going to be an auction house type of crafting order system. Where you, for example, I'm an alchemist and an engineer. I'm a warlock right now, but I need something made from a tailor. I can look up what tailors can make and craft. And specifically, if I have the mats, put it up. Or if I don't have any of the mats, put up a work order for someone that wants to take that work order, make some gold, get some commission. That's kind of cool. Now, I don't know how the commissions are going to work yet because this is new. This is newly announced, but this is such a much smoother and easier way, especially for people that have professions, to make some easy gold and make this is such a smoother way to do it, and I like this.
It's more convenient than just spamming trade chat all day. But if you are someone, you're not yourself a blacksmith, but you have a bunch of mats and you want them forged into a great sword, you can put that work order up, list your mats, offer a commission, and a skilled blacksmith can come along and make you the weapon of your dreams.
I think we left out one thing, though. You can be a Dracthyr, go to Dragon Isles. Can I have a dragon?
What's the fantasy of dragons, if not soaring over the lands? And so we're really excited.
So as you could already see there, so we're going to be given flying probably pretty early in this expansion. The reason being is the zones are going to be massive. The zones are going to not just be so flat surfaced. For example, in Zereth Mortis right now, it was so flat surface, and then you had like a couple treasures and things to do up in the different areas where you would be able to leap Warlock Gateway, because you didn't have flying up to those places. But here, I believe in this expansion, we're going to have such a vast, wide range of floor travel, but we're also going to be up on top as well. So we're going to be utilizing our flying mounts with this wind flying, this new kind of like a profession for flying in this new expansion, and get these cool, unique abilities and level it up. So that's going to be kind of cool. So we'll be leveling up our flying spec in this brand new expansion of the Dragonflight and get cool things like this and be able to customize our mounts. That's actually super cool, and it's also an easy way for Blizzard Entertainment to not have to time gate behind a stupid achievement. You're flying. They'll be able to give it to us right away because we'll need it.
Excited to introduce a feature that we're calling Dragon Riding. It's dynamic with everything from momentum to dive bombs, the ability to just sort of build that speed up and feel the world rushing past you in a way that should be much more exciting than traditional flight that we've made available in the past, but that's also available for players through a customizable dragon mount right from the start.
So this is a skill you learn over time, right, to become an awesome dragon rider?
Yes, you'll be able to sort of upgrade aspects of your flight, but you will have this new form of flight from the start. And the Dragon Companion that you have is, of course, very thoroughly customizable, which is a new thing for us for mounts. This is not just a generic dragon that everyone...
It's just so freaking sick. 18 years, and we haven't been able to customize our mounts. And this is what we get. Let's freaking go.
One has, but a Drake that is yours. What do you want its scales to look like, horns, the shape of its head, other attachments, armor pieces, and more. Take your pick.
This is so cool.
So yes, the Dragonflight expansion is going to see play.
It's been in the game. Look at the Maldraxxus, whatchamacallit, the Abomination Factory, where we get to customize those guys. It's basically the same idea. As you can see from some of the dragons that they were showing already, they're kind of reskins of older flying mounts mixed in with drakes. Very simple for them to do it. It's not a simple thing to put probably into the game, but it's something that they have the capabilities of doing. So, cool little unique feature.
Players leveling to 70, going to the all-new continent of the Dragon Isles, which consists of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new starter zone for our Dracthyr class, as well as a range of systems revamps, such as a new talent system, an overhaul and update to our UI, and an entirely fresh look at professions with more depth than ever before. Also getting around the Dragon Isles is going to come in the form of Dragon Riding, which lets you customize and upgrade your own mount so that you can fly in a sense from the start. And of course, as with any new expansion, we have a new set of dungeons, a raid, and much more to come.
We also have an alpha that will be starting up in the future.
Check out our website for more information, and keep an eye out for those opt-in signups if you want to help us test out Dragonflight and give us even more feedback to make.
Can I please get one of the first wave invites? Thank you.
Make it better.
We do have a deep dive that follows this, so please stay around.